That's good enough. Tell your story.
All right.
Best intro ever. Hold on. What episode is this?
66.
Same age as David. All right, we're good. Sorry.
At least he has something that you can count on.
It's the only thing I can
Like
do.
I said, dude, I think I said it last episode. I'd say it again. That'd make a good shirt. Same age as David.
Same, yeah.
So
Yeah, 5 people would buy it.
I
All
would.
be related to you.
I don't know if you
You're one of
noticed
the
this or
5.
not, but only 5 people typically buy whatever we put out.
Hey, Hitler had
like
millions. Jesus had 12.
Closer to 55.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Email in if you would buy a shirt that says same age as David. That probably would be a great t-shirt idea, actually. So here's a funny story of a thing that happened. Because
Get after it.
things happen in my life. So this past Sunday, this past Sunday, our pastor and our assistant pastor were both away at meetings, 2 separate meetings. They were preaching at these meetings. So they called me and said, David, we need you to preach while we're gone on
Big
Sunday morning.
time, yeah.
Woo! Real deal.
Attaboy. Did you plug the podcast?
I did not. Because I got distracted by what I'm about to tell you. So I got up Sunday morning. I preach. After I preach, I give... I actually made a really funny joke at the beginning. I said, when you answer the call to preach, there are 3 things that every preacher has. One is a gospel message.
Mm-hmm.
Second is a message out of 1 Samuel 17.
Yep.
And the third thing is a paisley tie. Every independent Baptist preacher has a paisley tie.
Right.
And then I said, as a matter of fact, when you answer the call to preach and they give you the handbook, those are the first 3 things that are written in the handbook. I said, and then it's followed by how to solve all the church's problems. Like if so-and-so does this, handle it this way.
It's actually really easy.
Yeah, so I said, if so-and-so does this, do this. And I go, but don't ask me for those answers because I didn't finish the book. And then when I looked at one of the teen boys who were sitting on the front row, and I said, he answered the call to preach. He's got the handbook now. So if you take all the church problems to him, and the church laughs, and I go, you got a paisley tie, boy? And he goes, yeah. I go, you got a message out of 1 Samuel 17? He goes, not yet. And I go, all right, well, wait till he gets the message, and then you guys
That's great.
can bombard him with all the nonsense. But I preached. It went well. Give the invitation. People come down, and this visitor, older gentleman, comes down and he starts praying. So naturally, one of the men in our church goes down to pray with him to kind of see if maybe he's looking for salvation.
Yeah.
So, they're down and they're talking and they're praying together, and they stand up, and he had said that he was saved, before, and he visited our church and just got something out of the message. So he came down to the altar. I was okay, good, cool. But so when he gets done praying, he stands up and he looks to the back of the church and he points, and then he goes, come here. And a lady in our church stands up and comes to the front. And instead of him going to the back to where she was, she came to the front where he was, in front of the whole church. And then they just start hugging. They're not married.
Oh, no. Oh.
And not only are they not married,
Darn.
nobody's ever seen this man before. So everybody's
lot
like,
of red flags.
yeah, so like it's this weird moment of like,
May we have the offering?
yeah, like I don't like what is happening. And I'm looking around at certain people in the church, and they're looking at me like, well, how you going to deal with this, right?
Yep.
And
they're like, what about that handbook?
yeah, you should have finished the book, huh? So
Chapter 14.
while they're hugging, the last few people who were at the altar get up and they go back to their seats.
Yeah.
They stop hugging and they stop and they turn around and they're standing in front of the pulpit and they are looking at me, and as if they want to say something. So
They're just standing there a few feet from you, staring at you.
yeah, so I shut her down. I ended the service.
No.
I said to myself, there's no way I'm going to let something weird happen while the pastor's out of town. And it's my first time filling in.
Yep.
Not going to let it happen. So they stopped. They were looking at me. I looked at them dead into the windows of their soul. And I said, all right, let's pray. And then I dismissed in prayer. I said, everybody be back here at 6 o'clock. Have a good day. And then I dismissed the church.
Yep.
And there's that.
Legendary, bro.
Hey, do you want to know what they want to said?
What?
I have no idea because I didn't let them.
That's good.
Nope. Skirt. Put the brakes on. I said red light, and they stopped moving forward.
And if they try to talk to you after, say, I didn't finish the book. Nope, not yet. No.
No, he did come and talk to me afterwards. Said that the message I preached was very helpful given the situation that he's in life right now. And I said,
would you like to know my situation?
I said, amen, man. I said, amen. Well, stay strong. God will give you grace. Keep coming to church.
Get away from me.
Yeah. So
I had a weird situation. I forget. Oh, dude, we were in when I was in Aruba. We're in this church on Sunday morning, and it's this missionary.
oh, by the way, I listened to the episode. It was good stuff.
Isn't it weird how me and Dustin do it by ourselves? We always get
Super spiritual.
super spear,
It's because it's
super grounded.
it's
every
my
time-
natural scent.
It's your natural scent.
No, but anyways, that same missionary,
Spirituality.
dude, we are in this.
Someone smells spiritual.
Yeah, you bring us down, David.
Actually, you bring out the best in me. Thank you.
Sorry, I bring all this carnal BO.
Carnality. I think we do pretty good.
Listen, this
So you do good. I just noticed the two times where we were gone and it was just the two of you.
do
Yeah, you guys got spiritual. And I'm like, man,
Spiritual.
would do good.
do good.
You want to talk about my new car?
Not yet.
No,
we gotta
finish your
keep it tied down,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Unravel it
when I'm done.
Yeah,
So I'm
keep
in
it
this
tied
church
down.
in Aruba. This
Mhm.
preacher has been a missionary there for 8 years. He was previously a missionary's kid in Mexico. So he's up there preaching, doing a good job. He's talking a lot, like 20-minute announcements. I mean, it was funny.
I hate announcements.
There was a lot of announcements for this missionary church.
Hate them.
But dude, he's preaching a good message out of 1 Peter, and he was talking about, he was saying how he doesn't necessarily like the term soul winning, right? Because we don't do the winning. It's God that does the work. We witness.
Yeah.
And this lady raises her hand in the Sunday morning service, and he says, "Yes, Stacy." And she goes,
The Bible says he that winneth souls is wise.
She's got a point.
and he's like, I understand what you're saying, but my point is we don't save anyone. And everyone like turns and looks at her like, oh, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Somebody screenshot it. Somebody who was not listening, who wasn't in the service, they watched the stream.
Look at your face.
They sent
Look at his
they
face.
sent me the picture. That's the first picture. And then this was me shutting the service down because I didn't know where to go from there. And then they sent me those two pictures and they go, "What in the world is happening?"
How do I get to the last picture?
Uh,
Because I just can't get over his face.
Let me see it again.
David's like,
he's like,
look
it
at
looks like the Lord's coming back. He's looking so far up in the air.
So they're in front of him hugging, and he's just like totally. He's like, nope. Just not-
Well, hey, a good way to
not
ruin
gonna
someone else's story is resurface your story with a picture as
I was
I'm at the crux of my story. It's like,
Your
and
story was great.
Here's the punchline. Look at my picture.
We have a Stacy in our church, maybe. Let's go find out.
Anyways, the preacher goes, I don't even like that term. She goes, Pastor, the Bible says he who his souls is wise. And it was just really awkward and funny.
No, she
And
has
like,
a very valid point.
wow. I was like, that was funny.
Did he repent?
No, he said, I understand he that when his soul is wise, that's Old Testament, and even the wording, like, we don't win anything. We are doing what God tells us to do. He does the saving. But
how did people in the Old Testament win souls?
they didn't.
So nobody was wise.
I think what it's saying, he that winneth souls is wise. You can definitely use that too. Like,
Right.
be a witness or whatever, use the verse, but I do think it means like,
I don't think he wasn't. He wasn't preaching on principle. He was just explaining that like it's people get too carried away with it, and it's probably safer to, or whatever. Maybe not even like that deep. But it's,
the word
it's
soul winning comes from that verse.
Yeah, right. I
So
understand.
it's great.
Yeah,
it's fine. But I guess I guess in the Old Testament it would have just meant bringing people to God.
Yeah,
You know,
I would leave the church, honestly.
I mean,
I think he would just rather not use that.
They weren't going soul winning, telling people about the gospel in the Old Testament.
Hey, do you want to know how to get saved? Wait 400 years. Just give it time, and trust me, something big's gonna happen.
Hang in there.
You're almost there.
So what about now? I just keep sacrificing, and yeah.
He that winneth souls is wise. How do we do that? Well, you can't. You can't do that. You can't do it yet. Well, one day, people will, and those people will be wise.
I don't. Yeah, in the old when it's written in Proverbs, it's not talking about going door to door soul winning. It's my point.
It's still funny though.
Dude, Dustin said, "Wait 400 years."
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Here it's coming. Wait a minute. Here it comes. It's coming. Here. Wait. Hold on. Wait.
It seems like a. No, let me preface what I'm about to say with I listened to the episode and it sounded like it was an awesome time there at the church.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm sure I would have enjoyed myself as well. With that being said,
Yep.
that's a weird stance to take.
With that,
With that being
after
said,
that,
also,
now with that,
That's
that
an
also-
interesting hill to die on.
what?
The winning souls thing.
Well, I've heard that a lot from Bible believers. Like some people, like hyper soul winners, will just go out and be like, "I just want a soul," and it's like, well, if I ask the person if they got saved, would they know what they did?
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree with that.
I've definitely,
yeah.
like, we're going soul winning. Well, or you want? Why don't you just go tell people about Jesus?
Yeah.
Tell people about the gospel. Like Paul never used the term soul winning.
Mm-hmm.
So I have heard that.
He
And
also
a lot
never used the term Trinity.
He also never used the term rapture.
Yeah. Rapture. I taught on that in Sunday school, believe it or not. So,
But
I don't know, I feel like-
he did talk about modern day politics
feel
and
like-
reptilians.
The only words I can say that
I just feel like sometimes when we get so lost in the weeds in terminology, and it's like, man, we can't. You guys must be running out of things to
Even
argue
though
about.
if someone says
Let's
something
just-
like that, I'm not going to wave him down in the middle of the service and say, "Pastor, the Bible says he that winneth souls is
I
wise."
wouldn't.
but I know someone that will try.
I might go up afterwards and have
No?
a conversation
No.
with.
Oh,
Class.
yeah, Dennis.
He does that when he exhorts, but it's a negative.
Yeah, Denise. Denise.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I would laugh if a lady did that in our church. For sure, I would laugh. But
Here's another story.
do it.
Now, if you have a picture to show right now, you have some way to make it about you. You can say it now.
That would defeat the purpose of making it about me.
I give you the floor to make everything about
I
you.
could have
right now.
touched his knee so many times. I didn't.
Why?
I didn't.
Let's do clips. Dustin clips taken out of context.
You can leave that in context, and it's still weird.
No.
All right, so
The problem is you guys aren't cultured.
Wednesday night of our revival, me, my wife, whatever, we go over to my parents' house. Service gets over at 9:30.
Yeah.
We're over there. It's 10:30, whatever.
This happened too.
Well done. Nice.
Let me see.
Dustin, do you understand what he just did?
Yeah, he took it away.
He just
I'll tell the story when you're done.
Nev was like, hurry, can't give her tell your stupid story so we can hear what happened.
Go on.
Hey, David, touch his knee.
It's hidden under his thick cankles.
Grab his weird ankle.
Stop.
All right, go. What's your story?
Come on.
Wednesday night.
Dustin, go touch Harrison right now. Anyways, so it's 11 o'clock. Me and my wife are pulling back into our house. And I get out of my car in my driveway. My truck is right out front. Like I live in town. My driveway is right there. It's super close to the road.
What's your address?
Where me and Dustin
Figure out where
I'll
it lives.
bleep both of those out.
All right, here we go.
I'm just gonna say his address. I'm just kidding.
Then I'll put. There's nothing I can make your. Your life's already miserable, so I can't make it more. Miserable.
Shut up.
So, anyways,
No, it's Kenzie's job.
we drive into my driveway.
Hey.
I get out. My wife's in the passenger side, and hey, baby,
Hey.
in the passenger side.
And
And I walk around to get the baby out, and I'm talking to her. We're taking our time. We're both tired, and I hear footsteps behind me.
So you got your Bible.
I turn around. I turn around, and I look at my truck, and I see a man behind my truck. And he darts from behind my truck, where the bed of my truck is, to the front of my truck.
Oh, he's quick.
He's like, I'm thinking, this all happens in like 5 seconds. So I'm standing by the car with my baby stroller in hand.
He darted, and it took him 5 seconds to get from the back to the front.
The start of the story to like end.
Oh,
I hear footsteps.
I was like, this man is.
I look. Here's what goes through my head. I see a guy behind the bed of my truck, and I'm like, he's looking at me, and then he darts to the front, and then another guy shows up behind him at 11 o'clock on the street.
There's two guys.
Two guys.
Two guys.
And so I immediately thought,
They want to know about my car's extended warranty.
I'm getting robbed. I'm gonna get jacked up. Something's happening here. Like no one's on the street at 11 on this street.
Did Kayla know what was happening at this moment?
She sees me freeze up, and she was in the passenger. She was still in the car. She saw me, and she said, "I'm thinking he's gonna get shot." Because I was talking to her, and then I heard, and I looked, and I stopped. I reached for my gun. And I didn't have it. I left it at home.
You had your Bible, though.
Yeah. Literally had it in his Bible.
The opposite of my problem.
The one time I thought I might need it, I was like, oh, no, I don't have it. So.
What an interesting podcast this would be if we had both shot somebody in the same week. That would have been.
Well, it wouldn't it wouldn't be that interesting because it would just be me here right now.
That's true.
Yeah. So, anyways, I turn, I look, I hear, I see, and finally, from what feels like an eternity, I was like prepping, like, what's going to happen here?
It's real, dude. Adrenaline.
Dude,
right?
I'm just like, this is, there was no doubt in my mind this is happening right now.
Right.
He comes out from my truck, from in front of my truck, and he doesn't go away from me. He comes like closer to me, but he's not looking at me. And he's making this weird movement. He's moving really weird.
Uh-huh.
And then I realize this dude is shadow boxing down my street. And then the other person emerges, and it's, I guess, his wife or girlfriend.
His trainer.
Who looked like a man.
Oh.
I thought it was a man. And it was dark, so it was like hard to, but she's behind him with a notepad. And he is just bobbing and weaving. Right at the front of my driveway, like 5 feet from my car.
I made a joke about the trainer part.
You know, it's so literally,
it was true.
Literally, he's like, just has a hoodie on and everything, just down my street, and I'm like looking at them, like,
how long did it take you to fall asleep that night?
Oh, dude, I was shook up,
bro, dude. Like I was about to ask Dustin if he's ever felt that, and then I was like, that's a dumb question to ask Dustin.
Then the lady goes, "Oh, hi," and I'm like, "Hi, what are you doing?
Yeah,
get off the street."
Yeah,
like get away from my driveway. Like you could be in like way far over, and they're like see me, and they like come right. Like if you're not trying to get shot, I'm sorry.
Right.
Get away. Like if I would have had my gun on, which I'm licensed to carry, I wouldn't have shot. unless I was threatened. But I'm telling you one thing. I would have definitely been ready. Like I was scared to death. My wife couldn't see anything because she's in the she's behind the front. She's in the seat behind the driver's seat because she sits with the baby. So she just sees me freeze up and like, and then I was like, I said, stay in here. And then what am I gonna do? Literally, all I had was the baby seat to throw at them. That would have worked with him in there.
Dusty could probably correct me on this. Is it kind of like, because I've had something similar happen at Nikki and I's old house. I was playing a video game, and I heard gunshots. So I was like playing a video game with my friends. We were playing Call of Duty or something, and I go, "Oh, dude, I think I just heard gunshots." And my buddy's like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna come help." And I went, No, like
real ones.
Like I think I heard real ones, and he goes, "What?" And then my wife like kicks in the office door, right, and she's like, "Somebody's shooting outside the house." So I was like, "Grab the dog, sit in the closet."
Yeah.
And so like I went to go make sure there was nobody like on my front step, like getting into my living room and such. So I grabbed my equipment.
Yeah.
And there's like a moment where like I stood at the top of my stairs.
Is it incriminating to say gun?
No.
No, I just my equipment. I don't know, my tool, my piece, I don't know. Wait a minute. So
Gat.
There's my blicky. There's a
pop.
There was like a moment where I like stood at the top of my stairs and I took a deep breath. And it was almost like I had found a switch that I wasn't quite sure was inside of me until I needed to find that switch. And I did not sleep at all that night.
Yeah.
I sat at the edge of the bed and looked out the bedroom window the entire night. We lived in a sketchy neighborhood, and there was a drive-by that shot up my neighbor's house. And then we were like, we're moving. So
that's a good, yep.
Yeah. So, is that
was your neighbors?
Is that like in the military? I'm assuming they show you that you have that switch.
Yeah.
And then they just teach you how to, I don't know, flick it on and off at will.
How can we make you like go into full PTSD mode? Is our point.
I don't know.
I'm just joking.
No, like I remember the first time I thought I had to kill somebody.
Me too.
When he says it, it's like heavier. Like when he says it, like I was just telling a story of a thing that happened.
I remember the first time I thought I had to kill somebody,
bro. He just said it like, yeah, I remember. Dude, I remember my first school dance. Like,
I do too. No, it was pretty bad, and honestly, we probably would have. It was so in Afghanistan, the biggest terrorist group there is obviously the Taliban, and then Al Qaeda is sort of present, and then the Haqqani network is another one, but that's like a Northern Alliance thing, which I think is somehow indirectly connected to the Taliban, but whatever. Anyway, it was a Northern Alliance riot that was taking place right outside of the gate that we had just left on our fob around the airfield. So it was a big roundabout, and we're blocked in, and it's a 5-truck convoy, and then on our like GPS system, it showed that all the roads went black, which means that travel is now banned for anyone in NATO. Or we're not supposed to go out or whatever because things are getting bad. So we're out there, and they're having this riot, protest, whatever thing going on, and we're like, we have the trucks in like a cordon kind of thing, and like I was 19 at the time, and I was in the turret.
Having you tell this story real intense with a blanket over you.
I know.
An Afghan.
Would you like to see my?
Powerful.
Do you want to see my legs?
Powerful.
That's what kept him alive.
Yeah,
alive. Well, that's not a word.
You get a blankie.
But and I had in my truck, in my turret, I had a 240 machine gun, my grenade launcher, M4, and M9. And I mean, like, people are like, they're starting to like throw stuff or whatever, and I'm like, I have my like pistol outside the turret, and I'm like screaming at people, telling them to get down. I'm moving.
Were you going? Hi.
No. No, I was saying a bunch of stuff I can't repeat ever.
But do it here right now.
No.
It's like after Jesus,
Yeah.
but before getting right with Jesus.
Yeah. It was after Christ, before Baptist.
After Christ, after Christ, during. Was it Wesleyan? No, what are you? Nazarene.
Nazarene recovering.
Anyway, and I mean it was getting pretty bad. Like we're pretty sure we've talked about it a lot. We're pretty sure people were about to start climbing on trucks, and if the moment they touch a truck, it's game on. But like I remember having my finger on the trigger, hand on the butt, like on the trigger guard of the machine gun, like looking down the sights, pointing at people and screaming, and I'm like, if I set off like a rip from this thing, I'm like, it's a super dense crowd. I'm like, I'm gonna kill 4 people. I don't even know who they are.
Right.
And I'm like, it's crazy, but you're like so tuned in.
And any of them could have had a gun and just shot you.
Yeah.
But they had to shoot first.
That was the most stressful 9 months of my whole life because especially after Maciel got killed, like things got super tense.
I would imagine. Like
And-
I said, I know what it did.
Yeah.
It did one night
Because-
when it was like a random guy on my street.
Mhm.
I can't imagine like literally staring it in the face.
It was just a weird deployment because it wasn't like we were going out and actively fighting the Taliban. We were working with the Afghan army to train them to fight the Taliban, and those guys could just as easily be insurgents.
They did a good job too, right?
Huh? No.
Yeah. Here it is.
But
Here's the football. Yep.
so like the whole 9 months, every time you go out in the city, you're like, okay, like, can I trust this guy? You can't trust anybody, but you still have to work with them. So it's like the whole time you're watching your back, you're like
And
looking at all
Maciel
these
got
things.
killed by an insurgent.
Yes.
So that's always
And that's when, like, after that, like, we had
fun.
We had all these briefs and meetings and stuff on, and like after that, like, I mean, the Afghans were so scared of us.
If these Afghans say, "Hey, go on ahead, we'll back you up."
What do you have?
Yep.
You guys have issues with these kinds of blankets. It's crazy. What do you-
There were
what is?
like
If one of your interpreters says, "Hey, I'll hang back," don't let them.
no, then that like the interpreter,
You go on ahead.
They killed.
I'll be right behind you.
They killed one of our interpreters
make a phone call.
after the Taliban took over.
Let me hold
You
your
did
gun
tell us
while you go
that,
to the
yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah, you told us that.
Yep.
Do you need me to hold your gun?
Saeed. No. there was the Afghans were super intrigued with the grenade launcher. They have the older version, but they don't have grenades for it. And
It's like rocks.
Dude,
so I have
Gosh, can you imagine how bad that would hurt?
dude.
If somebody just
it
hits
hits you and you pray for it to explode. Like, oh,
Yeah,
look.
but it doesn't. That's
So-
worse than it actually exploding.
The grenade that comes out of a grenade launcher, it has to have 9 total revolutions or go 35 meters before it's armed, because the main radius of a grenade is 35 meters. So if I were to shoot it from here to that wall, it wouldn't explode. It would just go through it. So we talked about, like, can you imagine shooting someone point blank with that thing? Because it's like a shotgun that's this big.
It's had to happen, right?
Oh, yeah. And it just rips holes in people. It just destroys everything.
Hey, I have a story to lighten the mood.
Hold up.
Real quick to finish. So the riot ended, and like it was getting pretty bad. The Afghan police show up out of nowhere in these Tacomas, and they all have old M16s, but they don't have any like ammo or whatever. And so they just start beating the people with these M16s.
It's so effective to flip the baton, go whack, whack with a stock of a gun.
So and then after that, like they started like the crowd kind of like slowed a little bit down, but then they had us go back to H Kaya.
I love how you say Age Kaya like we know what that is.
Hamid, I can't pronounce it. It's the airport.
I was really, when you said you're on a turret and you're looking down the sight. Was it 50?
No, the 240 Lima is a 7.62, so it's 308.
What turret gun is that? What's that look like?
It's the turret in the truck. It's let me see your phone
it's right
or
there.
your phone
I'm intrigued to see what this looks like.
or your app,
But
whatever.
that's pretty. I mean, like literally one wrong move and it's just like, and you're just like mowing through people. Yikes!
I mean,
that.
And you had your pistol out too. Oh yeah. It looks like an M60.
when you're holding
Yeah, this is a new version of it.
When you're
since,
holding-
like the 90s.
when you're holding something like that, the pistol seems
Are you going?
not very threatening at all.
Okay. Well, watch. I don't want you out on the street. Like,
Yeah, there's shadow boxers out there.
Shadow boxers.
yeah, we were talking about horrifying stories, so I just don't want.
Yeah.
You're going out to her car, right? She's leaving. Okay. Love you. I know.
All right. So,
My wife.
yo, when you're holding a gun like that, the pistol kind of seems not very threatening at
It's
all.
really just for if people start climbing on the truck.
Yes, that's your barrel sticking out the
Yeah.
car, and that's very. Oof. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hold up. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but no. When these people, like, if you told me, back to my story, just the end of it.
Yeah.
If you told me, what would I expect? Because Harrington, there have been carjackings. There have been carjackings, people break into cars, like my friend Logan. People just broke into his car and stole everything out of his car. So it happens.
Yeah, I
And
do
there
it
are
sometimes.
there's some pretty like rough neighborhood right
Yeah.
down the street.
We do work over there, and
So
I
if
hate,
you told
I hate
me
it.
what's more likely at 11 o'clock at night, getting robbed, carjacked,
Or
killed,
some
or
guy and his
someone
wife shadowboxing.
shadowboxing down my quiet
That
street.
would be not on the list at
Yeah,
all.
dude. No. But I'm telling you, I thought
I think
this
they
is
were
it.
going to try to rob, and then when they saw you guys, they were like, he was like, and he started shadowboxing. She's like, yeah, you're doing good.
yeah, pulled out a notepad. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That was-
It was weird. Anyways, one more story. I was coming back from Kentucky. You got one?
Go ahead.
I was coming back from Kentucky like 5 years ago for Jesse Bard's wedding.
The story end in tears?
I had sprained my ankle bad. And so,
It does
like,
end
dude,
in
I was in
tears.
such pain. My ankle was swelled up like crazy. So it was me and my sisters, and we're traveling back. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. We were coming back from the Saturday wedding to get home for church. We stop at a rest stop in Virginia. My sisters get out to go to the bathroom. I'm in the back of the Jeep, and I was asleep because my ankle's killing me, and it's up in the air. So I'm in literally a t-shirt and shorts with nothing. Like, I have no pocket. I have no like knife.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to defend my nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I get out and I start limping up to this rest stop
With a brick.
and there's no cars in this parking lot. Yeah, there's no cars in this parking lot.
Yeah.
except like way really far down. And this guy had walked in to the rest stop into the bathroom, and I thought, I'm gonna wait until he walks out until I go. So he starts walking out, and I'm like, all right, I'll go now. So I get out. I start walking to the door, and this guy is like 30 yards. Hey, buddy. Hey, Keith.
I think
He's like 30 yards.
so adorable how he's like,
Yeah, I know. Come here, buddy.
Hello. Hello, cutie.
hello.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
Oh, did you kisses? Hello.
hey. I'm trying to tell you about this time.
Get out of here, Dad.
Get out of here, Dad.
You're
My
embarrassing
friends are
me.
here.
Anyways, so I start walking to the bathroom, and this guy is like 30 yards from the bathroom now. And as I start getting close to the bathroom, he starts looking behind him and like stopping and looking behind him. I don't think I told this on here. And so I'm like, that's kind of weird. And so as I go into the bathroom, he stops, and I'm just looking around the corner. He turns around and starts coming back. Like, there's nobody else here.
You dropped your wallet.
No.
Oh.
I'm like, there's nobody else here. What's he doing? I said, what I'm not going to do is walk in there and be in the bathroom alone, back turn, go in the bathroom while he is coming back. So
He gave you a gospel track.
no, so
So he goes in the parking lot.
You both are hard to tell stories to.
Sorry.
Like any serious story, because you just interrupt and like. At least I have like a little bit of respect and listen to your stories and
Listen,
try to laugh
that
and
is
like,
not-
wow, that's crazy.
No. If we go back to the archives, we all do it equally to each other.
Well, not tonight,
There's-
you idiot.
Well, not tonight.
So pull off the archives. Like, I can't.
I got some research to go through.
All right, here we go. So I don't go into the restroom, and I keep looking. He's still coming. So then it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm going to address this guy before he gets any closer, because I'm not sure what's happening here. So I just step out. I said, you good, man? And he stops and starts cussing me, or probably like 15 feet from me. And then he starts getting closer, and his hand is in his hoodie. I said, bro, you good? And he goes, just mumbling and cussing me. And I'm like, dude, you need to stop. And he gets closer and closer. And I'm like, I don't know what he has in his pocket, in his hoodie. And he pulls his hand out, and there's nothing. There's nothing there. So I'm like standing there, and he keeps getting closer and closer. And then he starts going, huh, gonna jump at, like, and he's like 10 feet, 5 feet, and I'm standing there, and I'm yelling at him. And he's just cussing. And I'm like, dude, stop. You do not want to do this. You do not want, that's all I kept saying was, you don't want to do this. And he just kept cussing and yelling. This was probably 10 seconds. And so literally what I was going to do if he charged me, I was going to run in the girls' bathroom because I knew my sisters were in there.
You can't come in here.
No, but think about, like, I was probably 20. I was probably 22 or 23. But I'm thinking I have a better chance of beating this guy up when, if I run in there and Meredith and Kenzie are in there, because they're gonna put if I can. I mean, Meredith is gonna put a hurting on him if I'm tangled up with him and I can stop him from moving. Like, we can do this. But dude, he gets closer and closer. He's literally within Dustin's distance of me, and he's just blah, 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 blah. And I backed up to the girls' bathroom door, and then a girl comes out and goes, no, stop. And he goes, oh, all right. And she goes, not today, not today. I guess he was drunk.
Typically,
she's like, you are
people
so drunk. And then she brings him back to his car. But dude, I was shook up. I mean, and it wasn't like, it took me a while to tell it, but it was like 10 seconds of just like, he's closing, he's coming closer, he's cussing me. I'm like, dude, stop. What are you doing? Stop. And he gets close. And I'm like, and then his girlfriend or whatever goes, not today, no. I was like, good night. What was about to happen? I'm like, I'm about to get in a fist fight at a rest stop in Virginia. But that was another time I was like, this is about to go down. But I knew he didn't have a gun.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, I feel like I can.
When it comes to like fighting, just like fighting random people,
like, why
that doesn't really get me as
like, what did I do to
jazzed. Like, that is what it is. Like, one time we went to the outlets and these like 3 guys came out of the bathroom and they were cussing at me in front of my wife and our friends, and I was like, they were like, we'll do, and I was like, okay, come do it then. That's fine. I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. Like that. Like
it's like, you've heard the 112-year-old argument.
Like the fighting thing.
You understand? I can take on 112-year-olds. I'm not scared.
I have a podcast and it's confirmed.
The fist fighting thing doesn't like. It doesn't get me jazzed like when like the other serious situations we were talking about. Like, it's a guy cussing at me and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna fight." I'm just like,
well,
if we have to, like, I guess I'll clear my schedule out.
The guy walking straight up to me from like, in like, I wonder what would happen if I walked in the bathroom. Like, he was creepy. I'm walking up to the bathroom, he was looking behind, and then when I turn the corner, he like circles back.
Yeah,
and I'm
you
like,
should have been waiting for him like this.
There was a newspaper stand like with the guides. And I was like, I could pick that up and throw a newspaper, like the actual wooden stand at him. And I'm like, dude, that's all there was there. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't feel like really tussling. The dude was bigger. He was like a Spanish guy, but he was like 6'2", 6'3". And at that point, I was probably 180, 190. And this guy was at least 220, 230. I'm like, this is going to be a big gulp.
So you're going to let Meredith fight your battles for you?
I thought I can put a good wailing on him or try to, at least hold my own. And then, of course, with both my sisters, I feel like I've seen, we fought enough.
They've been through enough combat. They know what to do.
That's good.
They got more experience than Cameron. I got a funny story that Marge Halloway is going to love. Thinking of you, Marge. So
we got an email
from her.
Do we really?
Did we really?
I'm pretty sure. We know she's
about
fake, right?
Do we know that for sure?
I would be very surprised if she was not.
I don't know. I'm about to tell this story, so I kind of hope she's not.
I don't know this.
I'm about to make fun of somebody that was at our revival. I'm making fun of a Marge. Come at me.
I did.
So the Doucettes were at our revival.
Mm-hmm. The Doucettes.
And they were singing. And
let me tell you about Jesus.
Service is getting on. Mm-hmm. People are going to the altar. They're singing. It's great. It's fun times. And this guy walks to the altar, but he doesn't get down to pray. Instead, he stands in the middle of everyone, and he just goes like this. And he stood there for like 2-3 minutes, right? And every once in a while, he would stop. He would stop and he would look around at everybody to see if they were looking at him. And
Are
he'd
you
like,
serious?
yeah. And he just kept doing it. He just kept going like this. So naturally, I'm looking at this and I'm going, hey, what? You guys see what I'm saying right now? You guys see what I'm saying right now?
Took a picture.
I start laughing, right? I did take a picture, of course. And I'm thinking, how do I make this funny? Oh, wait, the Doucettes hadn't gotten up to sing yet.
Yeah.
That's important.
So you're a liar.
Yeah. Or missing.
Yeah.
I was wrong. The Doucettes hadn't got up to yet, and it's an important part of the story because he's standing there during the invitation thing, and he's like this, right?
Getting a hold of God.
And Brother Mike Easter walks down, and he prays with a guy who was praying at the altar. Brother Mike gets up, done praying. Guy's still standing there, right? Simba, like right,
As you do.
and Brother Mike is walking back. He's about to go back up on the stage, and he walks behind the guy. And when he gets behind the guy, he goes like this. He's walking behind him, and he goes.
Look,
Bro.
tune into YouTube to see the face.
He goes. He walks up next to the guy who's doing that, and he goes.
You, get that. You need to get on YouTube.
And then he just
find that.
and then he just shrugs. He shrugs, and then he walks back. When I tell you, I almost lost it because I was sitting there like, how do I make this funny? And then Brother Mike knocks it out of the park. I had to hold my breath so I wouldn't laugh. My face, my ears are turning red.
That's so funny.
People are like kind of snickering, but not everybody saw what Brother Mike did. I'm like literally, I'm holding my breath so I don't bust out laughing in the middle of this church service. Pastor says, let's have the Doucettes come up and sing. And they're a group of 4 now. Right. And so, dude, I'm staring at the ground and I'm like, I can't be laughing when the Doucettes get up to sing.
Yeah.
So the Doucettes walk by and I leave. I have to get up and walk out I go out there and I'm losing it. I'm laughing so hard I'm losing it. And then Brother Mike, he comes to the back to use the restroom, and then me and him just start laughing. We're laughing so hard. Doucette starts singing. I gather myself. I walk back into the service, and this man is standing in the back.
No.
While the Doucettes are they're boogieing, doing what they do, right? And he's standing in the back clapping. And you'll love this. Way off beat. And he's clapping and he's dancing like this. He's like So I look at him and I turn around and I walk right back out because I can't handle it. Dude, I'm laughing. I'm laughing so hard. I'm dying. I'm laughing. I'm so hard. I'm dying. I go back inside. I sit down and then service like gets on. People are shouting and they're amening. And I look back at the guy, see what this guy's doing. The service gets on. The Lord starts moving. I look back at the guy who's been like slain in the spirit all night. Yeah, and he's sitting there like this.
Yeah, when it actually was.
Yeah, when the Lord actually was like moving and getting like, and everybody's like, "Whoa, yeah, glory, amen, bro." He's just like,
yeah. It was
weird.
Yeah, sounds
pretty good indicator that the guy was filled with the devil.
Checks out.
He's filled with a spirit.
Yep. Dustin, you have anything you want to say before I get into emails and stuff?
About what?
I don't know. I don't know in your mind.
Yeah, that sounds. I feel like you always have these incredible.
I know it's not. A lot of these things aren't incredible stories.
It's just
he does a good job of telling them and observing.
Yeah. So that's
or
really
they
good.
might just be incredible stories. I don't know. But
I can't.
A lot of things I'm like,
I have a new car, brand spanking new, all the way from 1999.
Yes.
Dodge Caravan. I got it as a gift from your dad. Like it's probably been a year and a half ago now, but it needed some work done to it.
25-year-old gift here, Sonny.
But I just needed something better. My truck gets 11 miles to the gallon, so whatever. This thing gets like 19-ish. Which is a huge difference.
Let me tell you, didn't you?
I did.
Snuck up on me. I was waiting for to hear the. He just like.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. I had to put in an alternator, new battery, new radiator fan relay and wiring harness, new turn signal. I don't remember the technical term for that, but that whole thing. And the AC circuit was low on refrigerant.
Trying to see why he gave it to you as a gift.
I got everything from Amazon and Rock Auto, so I think collectively I spent like $546 or something, which is still pretty decent. It's got 380. I am the one that drove it to 380. It was 379 something.
Another indicator of why he gave it to you as a gift.
I thought, like, dude, I've never owned a car or truck, whatever, that had less than 100,000 miles on it. My first truck started off at 278. My truck has 189. This car has like everything. So that's why my detailing business, I named it High Mileage.
I like that. That's great.
That's my
I love that.
That's my life.
That's such a good name, though.
Yeah.
You can start the High
I thought it was
Mileage
good,
podcast.
Yeah.
You just be late to it.
And I finally found my GoPro, so I'm gonna start making videos or whatever with like doing detailing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like that. High Mileage Detailing. If you want your car detailed, don't call him. All right. All right. So this is a response from Joseph Kaspersky. Do you guys remember when I said he works at the railroad and he wasn't on church on Sunday? Remember that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
David, did you listen to that? He goes, responding to quit your job and get in church. He says, I went to church that Sunday, never put, all caps, anything before God. It was like 9:30 when I saw him on the tracks.
Except for those couple times that I did.
Yeah. I also, being a Marine veteran, would love to hear more about Dustin and what he does in the military. Is he Army, Guard, or Army active? What's his MOS? I served in Kabul, Afghanistan.
What? When? I was in Kabul.
He was a Marine. I've served in Kabul, Afghanistan. Any cool encounters with wildlife or people there? Thank you for your service to this country. Again, love your content. Keep up the good work. Praying that this podcast brings joy and spreads the gospel to many who listen in. Thank you for always prioritizing God in your content.
I wonder where he was at.
Joseph, responding to quit your job and get in church. I went to church that Sunday, never put anything before God. Well, you obviously didn't go to Sunday school. I'm just joking. Whatever. Great job, man. Proud of you.
Real quick, Joseph. I was in Kabul. I was in HKIA. So I don't know. You could have either been an NKC or Scorpion, probably. Maybe the embassy. I don't know. Tell me where you were. I feel like you would have maybe been an HKIA. Anyway.
I said he was a little baby because he was in my youth group.
Yeah.
Before they went to a different church. He said, I am a baby, 23 years old, joined at 17, served in Afghanistan, left 2 months before they pulled out on August 30th, 2021. Lots of memories, good and bad. Would love to hear about Dustin's service.
Yeah. It's so weird to think that.
When did you go out?
I was there in 2018. It's weird to think that, I mean, at 2021, but 3 years is a big difference over there.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Brody Knox, I am an avid supporter of your pod.
Thank you.
He said, listen, bucko, I'm an avid supporter of your pod. I just don't have the money to pay y'all. I wish I did.
Who?
Just want to let Brody Knox.
Is this the kid you gave money to?
Yeah, just wanted to let you know that I love you and not to get mad at your fans. JK, I know you're joking. Anywho, stay unflappable and thank you for your service.
I think what's funny.
Brody Knox is the man because not only is he not giving us money, but he got money out of you.
Yeah.
He's got it figured out.
Doing well, as the kids say.
What made me chuckle the most was the fact that he said, I know you're kidding about being mad at fans. We're totally not kidding. This is real life.
This is from Marge Halloway.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, my name is Marge Halloway, and I have Facebook. And I want to say that Facebook has drawn me closer to God.
Wait, hold on, time out. What is this about?
Social media.
Yeah.
The social media thing. The
strangely dim. Okay.
And I have Facebook and want to say that Facebook has drawn me closer to God. It is how we reach the young people today with the love of God and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
No.
All caps.
I use the gospel
and to keep up with family. I am sure Ben Clark is very smart, but if he spent less time reading worldly books and more time with God, he would know social media is a tool of good, not a weapon of evil, like my pastor says, and she is very
Wait, what?
Like my pastor says, and she is very smart too. So please, so she goes, I'm sure there's no periods in this, so it's all one run on.
She's
I am
smart.
sure Ben Clark is very smart, but if he spent less time reading worldly books and more time with God, he would know social media is a tool of good, not a weapon of evil, like my pastor says. And she's very smart too. So please consider this and stop trusting in the worldly books instead of the good book.
You
Bro,
know
let's
how I
God bless.
do
this.
you
God
know
bless.
how I know she's fake? Because how many times have I called her out on all sorts of stuff and there's no acknowledgement, but now there's something. She's an instigator. It's a fan created a fake account to start something.
Let's run a poll. I don't know. See,
Dustin, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're probably right,
Yeah,
but I want her to be real so bad.
it would be so
I want
cool.
her to be real so
Don't
bad.
get me wrong. If she was real, that would be cool. That would change my life.
I want her to be real. So
Yeah.
You're probably right, and she's not real, but
But-
I'm gonna keep pretending she is. I appreciate her consistency because every subject line on her emails
Hey,
is
Marge
like,
Halloway. Marge Halloway. Marge Halloway.
but she says that Facebook has drawn her closer to God.
Uh-huh. That's like me saying, "Hey, going to the Georgetown races have brought me closer to God."
that would be more likely than Facebook.
Yeah.
well, we know that her church wasn't doing it because they don't preach against hell. So,
No.
so,
And it's a woman pastor.
and it's a woman
And
pastor,
it's a woman pastor.
who's pro Facebook.
She is very good too.
And she says that's how you reach the young people today, is through Facebook. Does she not encounter young people in any other aspect of her life?
Yeah, I don't know how you account for that. Like, we've reached this many on Facebook.
Right.
Like, how
How?
many people are coming to your church because of your Facebook? I don't know.
Right. Here's the thing: I don't even have Facebook, and
I guess you're not reaching anyone.
which
I
is
guess
crazy.
not reaching.
I thought I was dealing with teenagers at my church, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Did you want to do more with that?
Yeah, let me read it one more time.
All right.
Oh man, this lady.
What did he say about? Did Ben say anything about reading worldly books?
He was saying
no,
that
actually, yeah. He said that the basis of his book. He said he has studied other things, but he said the basis of his book is based off of 3 Bible verses.
Right. So where's she saying? If he spent less time reading worldly books and more time with God, what is?
Well, he had a few
Yeah,
comments about
which is-
some of the other books that he had read to
while he was studying.
Yeah.
Now, if he spent less time reading worldly books and more time with God, which, as she's already said, is
Yep.
you do that on Facebook
On Facebook, as
So-
we all know.
with young people.
With
so
young
if he had spent more time on Facebook with youngsters,
Getting close to God.
I'm gonna respond. Thanks for the tip.
Thanks for the tip, you old bat.
Respond.
oh man, and her pastor is
And your pastor's
So
not
smart.
real either.
she's so smart.
But she likes snakes.
By the way,
Oh man,
On a
what is he
link.
about to say?
by the way,
No, you should send a link to the Amazon thing so that she can buy the book. Strangely Dim.
But by the way, why don't we have booms yet? By
If-
the way,
If she is fake, who do you think she is?
I would love to hear your pastor preach.
Probably your boy Seth
I feel like he'd be a strong candidate.
Can
is a strong candidate.
you provide a message link?
I don't know. I feel like most of the people I know wouldn't have the time
Can I
for
say
this kind of
stay?
thing.
stay
This is why I
rizzed?
feel like it would be
Should
Seth.
I say
because
stay
he's
rizzed?
Stay,
Stay rizzed.
stay rizzed.
She's got to know what that means because she's on the Facebook. I
Stay
don't know what it
fizzed.
means, but that was before.
I'm gonna say stay rizzy.
By the way-
Jesus.
By the way, I would love to hear your pastor preach. Can you provide a message link? Stay rizzy. Boom. Sent.
Bro, and then we oh man.
happens. Stay rizzy.
Oh, does she go to church at all, or is it just Facebook church?
She said she goes to church once a week or something. All right, Michael Shelton.
What a
Yes.
What a trip.
I know,
It says
he's faithful.
Holland is the Netherlands.
I know.
I don't think
We
he's
know.
real. I don't think he's
Yes.
real either.
You don't,
No.
David? Okay, well, you're going to regret this.
Nope, can't
Yes,
smell
I
him.
know, because I'm the smartest man alive, but also because I listen to a podcast, No Agenda, where the pod father, Adam Curry, that's what you guys refer to me as now.
Podfather.
Podfather.
We got Sarge and the Podfather.
Sarge Podfather and
The Podfather, Adam Curry, is from the Netherlands.
Old Man Dave.
They have a whole
Davey.
they have a whole playlist of VeggieTales singing 80s songs. I'm actually upset how downhill they went. I guess the VeggieTales.
Yeah.
Stan
that
Flapp will
makes me
keep
sad.
slapping people in the face, comrades, and finites, telling people about the podcast. David is my favorite.
All right, Michael.
Everything you said about it.
You're now my favorite.
Let's take a walk back now. Come on, I'll walk with you back to where.
It's
back
proof
before.
he's fake. Actually, that strengthens my argument.
Then he goes, David's my favorite. Yo, I guess all I figured was you say that. Yo. I don't know why he said yo.
I guess I do. I say
Sometimes
that?
you do that. Do it.
Yeah, I guess so.
I go yo.
Yeah, but
Like I don't know.
I do that too.
Yo. Is that it? Yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
David
all right.
goes, Dustin goes like, just
I haven't done that in months.
Yo. Now I'm self-conscious. I don't know what that noise is that I make.
Which one am I? 4?
No.
They're all already up.
we have
Yo.
stuff. All right,
We
now,
have stuff.
This is from Dylan Brooks.
Dylan
David,
Brooks.
this is your boy.
Oh, I know that guy.
He sent us a meme. I gotta post.
Send us a meme, and
It
it's
says-
Joel
Olstein?
Olstein, and it says, "I don't want to be a podcast that asks for money." Next episode is a picture of Cody Zorn. If you don't support us, you're not saved.
What? Let me see.
That's so funny, dude.
That is
Oh
so
my gosh,
funny.
that's so funny. I need you to send me. I'm gonna send
gonna
that to
post
Cody
it.
Zorn.
I'm gonna
Can you
post
send that to me?
I'm gonna post it and tag him.
Do it. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, I'll send it to you then for sure. Let's see.
If
Here
you
we
don't
have
support us, you're not saved.
Daniel
Dude, that's good.
Hawaniak. Remember how in the heck?
How in the heck? Her dad was at our revival.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah, Bad Bob
Get
Nagalski.
ready. NSAB.
No.
Let's settle this disagreement out like men. Out back like men. I thought it said like black men. I was like, where are we going with this?
Are we allowed to read the rest of this?
What is this? I thought it said let's settle this disagreement out like back like black men, but it says let's settle this agreement out back like men.
Okay.
Okay.
Comma,
The ESV.
black.
Let's settle this out back. Be a man.
Okay.
The NIV. Let's step outside and settle this like men or women.
All right.
KJV. This strife shall be quelled only through a struggle of men behind the dwelling. The New King James. This strife will be quelled only through a struggle of men behind the dwelling. NLT. You, me, outside now. MSG.
The
Cash
message.
me outside. How about that?
Dude, that's funny.
And then let's see. Let's settle this agreement out back like men. I was trying to think of something pitching, but I can't do it.
No.
It's so funny.
I can't be funnier than that meme.
I already like this.
It's raining all over me. I'm moist. Call and response, I said I'm moist. I'm moist.
I'm moist.
Good God, I'm moist. I'm moist. Yes, I am.